Welcome to the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Friday, July 3rd. Over the last 24 hours, we've only seen a few isolated lightning strikes over northeast Nevada up into eastern Idaho with very little precipitation. Great Basin fire activity was light to moderate with 19 new fires for 7,392 acres. Most of that acreage came off the Howe Peak fire up in Idaho. Otherwise, smaller fires were reported across Utah and Nevada. Over the last 7 days, we've seen precipitation mainly targeted over the northern third of the Great Basin, and this precipitation up in Idaho, Wyoming, northern Utah, and northeast Nevada has been well above normal for the last week. However, very dry conditions remain over the southern and western areas of the Great Basin. Looking at our ERCs are above the 80th to 90th percentile over the southern third of the Great Basin, namely across Utah, and have been much lower further north where we've seen those wetter and cooler conditions. However, ERCs will start to rise over the next several days as we see drier and warmer weather return. Looking at the 100-hour fuel moisture, we can see how dry things are over the southern third of the Great Basin, and it's this area that we're most concerned with over the next several days. Our satellite image from this morning shows an area of low pressure well to the north. We will see winds drop off a little bit as this area of low pressure is a little bit further away than it was yesterday. So we will still see breezy winds over parts of central areas of the Great Basin, but certainly much weaker than we've seen in recent days. Otherwise, we will see moisture move its way up from Arizona into parts of southern and eastern Utah over the next 2 days, and this will bring us a potential of drier lightning across these areas. Looking at our weather pattern for later today, again, that moisture is mainly at the mid and upper levels and fairly weak, so any rainfall we do see out of these thunderstorms is expected to be minimal. So we do have the risk of dry lightning with very gusty outflow winds as lower levels are very dry, mainly over the Arizona Strip, southern and central Utah. Further north, we will see some showers and thunderstorms continue over parts of Idaho today. However, those should have a little bit more precipitation. Relative humidity today will remain in the teens to single digits over the western areas of the Great Basin, but will be elevated where we will see those showers and thunderstorms today across Utah. So we may see a little bit of relief from the RH. However, again, not expecting widespread wetting rains from this lightning. You can see the picture on the right where we are expecting those thunderstorms. Again, the Arizona Strip all the way up into central and southern Utah today. Gusty outflow winds, however, again, will be the main concern. As we move into Saturday, the holiday, we will see those thunderstorms continue over parts of Utah, so we do have still the high risk for drier lightning over parts of eastern Utah tomorrow. Also, winds will pick up along the Sierra front with very dry conditions, so given the holiday and wind gusts around 30 or 35 miles per hour, we do have a high risk for windy and dry conditions tomorrow. Relative humidity, single digits to low teens over the southern half of the Great Basin and certainly higher across Idaho. You can see the picture on the right showing where we're expecting those thunderstorms on Saturday, mainly over eastern Utah. As we move into Sunday, we will see drier air push its way across the Great Basin, so we will see quieter conditions region-wide. Winds will be more light to moderate. We will still see breezy winds, but generally wind gusts in the 20s over the southern half of the Great Basin. Relative humidity will drop into the single digits to low teens over all areas over the southern two-thirds of the basin and remain above 20% further north into Idaho with the exception of some of the lower elevations. And again, winds on Sunday will be generally low to moderate, not expecting any stronger winds throughout the day on Sunday. Overall forecast amounts of precipitation for the next 3 days. Again, some showers and thunderstorms up north in Idaho, and anything we do see in Utah today or the Arizona Strip will likely produce very little precipitation. As we move into early next week, we have another trough of low pressure dropping south. This will bring a return to windy conditions for several days across the Great Basin. So following the lightning and the holiday weekend, we will see winds pick up on Monday or start to pick up over central areas of the Great Basin with dry conditions. So we do have high risk for winds in those areas. However, the strongest day right now appears to be Tuesday, and you can see the really dry air just moving in from the west. So we will see very low relative humidity, poor overnight recovery, and likely strong wind gusts again above 40 miles per hour over central areas of the Great Basin and likely even over western areas of the Great Basin as well, but we'll continue to monitor those areas. Stronger winds continue into Wednesday, maybe not quite as strong as Tuesday, but still widespread over southern Nevada into southern Utah. So again, most of the areas that we are currently seeing are large fires and also the potential for any new starts with the lightning, we'll see those stronger winds next week. And then the breezy winds continue on Thursday, but they will start to come down in wind speed a little bit, but still very dry air in place over southern areas of the Great Basin. No real change in the 7-day total precip, as most of that precip, again, anything we do see will fall in the next couple of days. The 8 to 14-day outlook, this takes us from July 10th through the 16th, still showing that drier signature associated with the monsoon. So again, not expecting any wetter conditions associated with monsoon moisture, at least not to be very widespread or prolonged going through the middle of the month. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back tomorrow for the latest updates.